it exists, and dealing with that and interacting with that, we may even be finding breakthroughs, how we can be kind to one another in edifying ways, because we know exactly where we are. We can be sensitive even in dealing with each other, because you are at a place of privilege, and when a black person, colored person approaches you, they are approaching somebody that they've believed to be superior for generations. Yep. That is a privilege.
Yep.
You have to be sensitive to that and be like, okay,
yep,
I have to give this person a hand up so that they can be on the same place with me when they communicate with me.
Correct.
And not give me undue glory.
This is kind of what opened my eyes to what you're saying, is untimely sip of coffee into flow. So I'm grateful. Because I'm grateful, I consider it a privilege. I'm told that it's a shame in terms of the accusation, that I should be ashamed of it. And in the accusation, I'm told that it's a terrible thing. Okay? In the argument side, and this is what came to me, is that I realized that many, in fact, in South Africa, were denied these rights previously, entirely. The only right that those in South Africa who are alive today have enjoyed is the right to life. How many of them are born into a two-parent family? In the poorer ends, in the black communities, in the colored communities? Almost none. They don't have that right. They don't have the right of a proper education. They have the right to it, but they don't have a proper education. So it's one thing having the right to having it. It's another thing actually having it. Realizing that me having it and feeling privileged is actually part of the privilege. And realizing it is a privilege, and that's why white privilege does exist. And to call it just white privilege in the form of accusation is racist, but in an argument, it's not racist. So I'd like to say to the dictionary definition, listen, education is a right, but it's also a privilege. And if we can see that as white people, then we can realize we've got privilege that so many people don't have. Forget about the reasons why, blaming us because they don't want to X, Y, Z. We'll get on to black entitlement just now. Another hard one.
White privilege should be looked at by someone who wants to feel guilty less than a condemning statement. It's not a condemnation. It's not cause for condemnation, but it's an appeal for conviction. It's not cause for condemnation, but you should have some conviction that I am a little more privileged than the other person. I'm not condemned because of it.
Yeah.
I'm not condemned because of it. I'm still happy with who I am, my race. And because mostly white people, I may be wrong, they don't view themselves in terms of racial awareness. It's not, you know, black people are very in tune and in touch with the fact that I am black. Oh, poor me in this world. The worst
we
thing
don't think you're in tune, we think you're obsessed.
You know,
no, you're right.
Yeah, you know, it's like the worst thing that could ever happen to a child is the child to be born black in the society that we are witnessing or we've witnessed. But obviously with growth, you can grow to actually appreciate your individuality and your race and find ways to navigate through and not find reasons to be deadly to society because you are black.